TC, Spiritual Shepherd. Welcome back, guys. So, yes, I have been on a slight break, I guess you could say. But the funny thing is I still had my automations and systems working for me. So, even when I was on a break, which I'm not anymore, it was about for 2 weeks. So, I had just been, obviously, like here and there, I would do different things. I would lift or I would train or I do a AM ritual or whatever, which we are going to be getting into a multitude of things today. But let's keep this the preface of just this video, which is the 3 C's. And at the end, I'm actually going to do a 4th C, a bonus C that is for muscle mass. But ultimately, guys, the first 3 C's is for fat loss. So these are the 3 C's of fat loss that I cultivate, that I build, that I recognize help convert body fat to shuttle into the bloodstream, to be burned and to be broken down, to be used as energy. And obviously, if you're doing your strength training and you're doing that type of stuff, then you should be able to be at a good level, okay, of muscle mass development and body fat reduction. Okay, so let's talk about it. The first 3 C's, okay. I'm going to save the first one, which I normally wrote. First one is cardio, okay. You might have a lot of people say, you don't need to do cardio, you don't need to do cardio, you don't need to do cardio, and they are right. You don't need to do cardio, but you do cardio anyways, because you don't necessarily always do what you feel like you want or what you need to do. You do what you must, okay? There's a difference. You do what you must, not what you want, okay? So you don't have to want to do cardio, or you don't have to want to do cardio necessarily. But that doesn't mean that you don't do cardio. That's the point. That's the point. You do the cardio because you must do the cardio. It's for heart health. It's for brain health. It's for blood health. It's for oxygenating the body fat. It has everything to not do with actual fucking cardio. Okay? Number 2 is caffeine. Caffeine, okay? Now, I'm going to list some of these things. This is generally, traditionally, black coffee. Let's sip. Black coffee. The whole purpose of black coffee is these reasons. I do black cold brew coffee. I don't do iced coffee, but I do black cold brew coffee because there is no oils. So I used to work at Starbucks, so I learned a lot of this stuff. But there's oils in the bean. And when you actually are drinking with the coffee bean, those oils go inside of your body. But if you drink cold brew, those oils, the oils are not being burned into the coffee. So like iced coffee would, which is hot coffee and then it's going to iced. But ultimately cold brew just stays cold the first time and you're keeping it cold. So that is the power of drinking iced cold brew coffee, okay? Iced cold brew coffee, which is exactly what I always drink. And then I just drink it traditionally black. So then there's no effect of, there's no insulin response. There's no any of this type of stuff with the sweeteners or the creamers or all this other bullshit. Now, let's talk about it, guys. Coffee. Okay, coffee, there are so many benefits to coffee. And like I said, this is the 3 C's. These are the 3 C's of fat loss. So you cultivate coffee, you cultivate cardio, and then we're going to get into the third one, which most people don't know. They be on these other supplements, but they've never really done this supplement. Okay? So first and foremost, it protects against estrogen for the men, okay? But also this is like xenoestrogens, which is considered like alien estrogens. So even for women, it's not healthy, but it protects against that. It promotes autophagy. So autophagy is something like your cells have trash in them, okay? And what it does is like, well, autophagy says, well, we can get rid of this trash and we can recycle this trash, or it has recycling in it, okay? So it recycles the trash, goes through compost, and then it says, all right, we're gonna shuttle this back into the cell and heal the cell. Okay, we're gonna actually transform and transmute this autophagus, mechanism. Okay, so this cell is dirty, this cell is dark, this cell is all messed up. Okay, we're going to use all that stuff. We're going to send it through this cycle, and then we're going to pop out a better cell. Okay? lowers risk of type 2 diabetes, drinking black coffee. Okay. I also say while you're doing this stuff, this is a fasted state. So this is exactly what I do in the AM. Everyone's like, TC, what do you do? TC, what do you do? TC, what do you do for fat loss? What do you do for fat loss? How do you stay so lean year round? Okay. Well, the whole thing is 3 C's. Okay. Which is caffeine, cardio. We're getting to the third one. Coffee keeps you hydrated, improves physical performance, preserves your muscle mass, okay? Enhances DNA repair, improves autophagy, relieves symptoms of asthma, lowers risk of gallstones. Great for your skin, lowers stress, fights depression, protects against Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, type 2 diabetes, fights depression, all these different types of things, guys. Okay, so this is just one cultivation. What's up, what's up? Hey, yo, hey, yo. This is just one cultivation of caffeine. Now, number 3, carnitine, L-carnitine. Okay, it is an amino acid. L-carnitine, I have it literally up here. But ultimately, if you take 2 to 3 grams of L-carnitine with caffeine, with cardio, all in a fasted state within the hour, you will have significantly different results than somebody who doesn't do cardio, somebody who doesn't do carnitine, or somebody who doesn't do caffeine. Okay, the whole thing about this is like the way that I set people up is carnitine. Okay, so carnitine, it actually there's this mechanism in the body which I could explain 100%, but it pretty much says, let's hold on to your muscle mass. Let's hold on to your muscle mass. Let's hold on to your muscle mass. And this is saying also, and it's implying, but we still need to use energy. What carnitine does is it actually utilizes fatty acids to be utilized as energy because it tells your body to preserve muscle mass. Okay? It tells your body to go anabolic. It tells your body to preserve muscle mass, and therefore it also communicates we will use fatty acids as the way that we are going to use energy. Okay, there is studies on this, okay? Research it. It's not that difficult. Maybe I'll put it up here, but there are studies on creatine and carnitine and simultaneously doing those together, okay? When you do 5 grams of creatine, okay, or if you are front loading, if you're pre-front loading, okay, that is a big aspect for this, okay? Now, one big thing about pre-front loading with creatine, that is 25 milligrams, 20 milligrams, 15 milligrams, and then you slowly go into just 5 grams, okay? 5 grams. I said milligrams. I meant grams. So you go 25 grams, 25 grams, 25 grams, 25 grams. Okay, then you go 15 grams, 15 grams. Then eventually you're front loaded where your body's being able to comprehend creatine. Okay? Now, one big thing about this is that as we transmute this, we also stack this with carnitine. We stack this with carnitine. So when you are consuming creatine and you are cultivating with carnitine, that is a big aspect where you are evolving your fat loss and preserving your muscle mass. There are studies where you stack creatine. There are studies where you stack carnitine. And when you do them together, when you do them in unison, okay, those are where you get a lot of the results. I would also say caffeine. So when you're doing black coffee, when you're doing cardio, when you're doing carnitine, and when you're doing creatine, which is the 4th one based on muscle mass, okay, as you do those 4 things, this is how you evolve a lot of your type of fat loss. It's not weight loss, it's fat loss. Okay, a lot of people are always about like weight. If you lose weight, you could technically lose muscle and that would be weight, but muscle weighs more. So you have to get to the point where you are seeing the aspect where it's fat loss. It's fat loss. Okay, another big thing, guys, it's muscle gain. It's not weight gain. So just because you gained weight, does that mean that you gained fat? It could be muscle that you gain, which is muscle gain, not weight gain. And weight gain can be both muscle and fat loss. I'm sorry, muscle and fat gain. That could be weight gain. But ultimately, guys, a big thing is you could be fat loss, muscle gain. And as you get into that aspect where you are doubling down on those types of things, that's when you can cultivate. DC, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate each and every one of you. Everything's in the description. There is actually a free school community platform, a free spirituality platform in the description. You guys can check that out. I will leave that there for you guys. Anybody who is interested in spirituality, I have free courses on that program for you guys. It is in the description for you. Now, we are going to move on. This is the Q&A aspect. So if you guys have any questions,